sets I had. Equipment, tutorials, living me. Okay, so it's gonna be under equipment. Artifacts. What is this? Veriscent could be fun. Veriscent, okay. Let's see if I have that. I do not have the Veriscent veneer set. I'm sorry. Even the basic ones like Traveling Doctor have sweet lore. Well, we can just go through what I have. Nope. Alright, now I'm going to try to wait for this to catch up before I start reading. That's me checking the Veriscent. Alright, so back when the traveling doctor roamed from place to place, her days were busy and she hurried between appointments. Come sun or rain, nothing could keep her from her work. This handkerchief not only protected her messy hair, it also served as a bandage. It saw her through all of her hardships and became her most loyal partner on her journey. Traveling Doctor's Lotus. The doctor traveled across the land in search of rare herbs with the zeal of an adventurer. On a steep cliff between slippery rocks, she found the silver lotus. The lotus was never made into medicine, but its scent gave her strength to go from that day forward. Even the pitch black night could not stand between the traveling doctor and her patients. Danger lurked in every corner at night, and those who ventured out must be as vigilant as the owl. But unlike the owl, the endless nights without rest eventually took their toll on the traveling doctor, and she fell ill. Pocket watch. When treating a dying patient, every second counts. The accuracy of this watch had helped the traveling doctor turn the tide numerous times. But as she lay alone on the sickbed of her final days, all she could do was savor its sound, each tick standing in for one of the precious moments of life she had left. What used to be a tool to save lives now sang as a final elegy for its owner. Medicine pot. The medicine has long dried up, but its bittersweet smell still lingers in the pot. With bitter medicine, the traveling doctor saved countless lives, and when she fell seriously ill, no one was there except for her except for the medicine pot on the furnace. Okay, that's actually really sad. Let's go. Do they have different ones depending on the... No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. adventurer set. I'm gonna try to wait for the stream to catch up, I guess. Ugh. It's way back further than I thought it would be. Alright, Adventurer's Bandana. There's nothing special about this green bandana save the fabric is rather robust and highly absorbent. Just like the bandana, its wearer was an unexceptional ordinary person, but countless secret lies hidden in the stars high above and the abyss deep down below. All of these things are awaiting discovery by mere mortals. Goblet. An old golden goblet that the adventurer used to drink water. It is said that he found it in an old ruin. The exterior is engraved with ancient symbols and inlaid with a faded gemstone. Eventually, the adventurer bid farewell to the nomadic lifestyle. This old green goblet was a trade-in for a few new shiny Mora. Pocket watch. A pocket watch that once belonged to an adventurer. It was crafted by a master watchmaker with the simplicity and practicality in mind, aligning with the philosophy of the Adventurers Guild. The adventurer spent most of his days in darkness, the rhythmic sound of its moving hands the only proof he had passage of time. Long after he had grown accustomed to normal life, having given up the adventurer's lifestyle he had once loved so dearly, this forgotten pocket watch still sat quietly in the cabinet waiting for its next adventure. Tail feather. An adventurer once trailed through a forest in search of rare beasts never seen before. As he tore his way recklessly through the foliage, the adventurer tripped on a tree root. When he regained consciousness, he saw a girl so beautiful that he was willing to give up the adventurer's life to be with her. Her appearance was so surreal, with a cluster of feathers adorning her hair. Adventurer flower. The ambitious adventurer came across this resilient flower in the depths of the gloomy ruin. Moved by the sight of life sprouting in defiance of lifeless land, he almost forgot about the treasures buried deep in the ruin. After passing to ponder for a while, the adventurer plucked the flower and wore it as a brooch, and ventured forward into the darkness. That one's just funny because, oh, look at this life living here. Kill it. And that's the adventurer's set. Let's do the lucky dog. And again, waiting for it to catch up to us because grr. Hello, meow meow. Oh, good to see you awake. I'm doing well. Old man want a blanket? There, have a blanket. Okay, we're almost there. Alright. One who is favored by fortune can even find priceless treasures in the most deadliest of traps. While wandering around some ruins, the boy known as Lucky Dog accidentally fell into a deep pit. He landed safely on a pile of dust, and it turned out to be a mattress that over the years had gradually broken down, eventually turning to dust. Like that, the Lucky Dogs discovered a new treasure trove left by the old aristocrats. The circlet became atomized to atomize his luck. Lucky Dog Goblet. Once there was a child favored by fortune from the day he was born. Try as he might, even the most vicious bandits could not lay a finger on him. He became known as Lucky Dog. The child grew up, and one day, in the throes of adulthood, he found himself stumbling drunk along a back alleyway behind the tavern. Under the starless sky, a vicious bandit prepared to rob Lucky Dog, taking advantage of his compromised state. But just as the bandit was about to strike, a flying goblet hit him square in the forehead, knocking him out cold. Naturally, this makes Lucky Dog one of the very few people known to have benefited, or rather than suffered, from being in the vicinity of a tavern brawl. Even time itself could not leave a wrinkle on the face of the happy-go-lucky boy known as Lucky Dog. Lucky Dog had no family, let alone children of his own, but in the course of his life of good fortune he considered all he met as his friends and family. As his life was nearing its end, he saw an hourglass fill with sand flowing down, as if counting down his remaining time. He simply chuckled, and took a slingshot and shattered the hourglass. Oh, it is actually shattered. Oh, crap. Lucky Dog's Eagle Feather. When fortune has your back, even the most ferocious monster has to yield. Strolling in the forest, the boy known as Lucky Dog had no idea that there was a monster lurking nearby, having singled him out as its prey. The boy became distracted by some colorful mushrooms, and the monster pounced. He leapt out and landed on the poisonous mushrooms, stomping them flat. This was going to be an easy hunt, the monster thought, until a feather from an eagle came circling above, quietly fell onto its back. Okay. Lucky Dog's Clover. One who is favored by fortune tends to experience at least their fair share of miracles. The legendary four-leaf clover, for instance, is a precious find that brings luck to its bearer. Once while playing in the fields, carefree, lucky young boy known as Lucky Dog happened across such a clover. Delighted, he plucked it from the ground and put it in his pocket. No one knows whether it was the clover which brought him good luck, fortune, or the other way around. Waiting for it to catch up. I think this will be the last one I read. My voice isn't doing very good today. I'm so sorry. Usually I read a lot longer. Just waiting for it to catch up to us again. Sorry. Alright. This is the Resolution of Solnjir. Departing traveler would take the crown of willow branches as a final memento. With it he would remember his lover, now departed like a dandelion on the breeze. The traveler was the wandering lyrist, and the maiden in the country of Wind was a prisoner of nobility, for reasons he not knew himself. His lyre song revealed his true heart. What would move me, you ask? Well, it would be your smile. I would never know your smile after all, not even once. I will break the chains that bind you. When the time comes, would you let me see your smile? Yes, thank you. It would be wonderful indeed if you could do that. Pretty words, but who could trust them coming from a singer? The Goblet. A lyre has 4 strings, and the day he spent with his comrades in the troop, quote unquote, were probably the happiest in his life of wandering. At first, it was just a chance meeting with the conductor, but for invisible strings of fate. First came the girl who used the flute as a sword, and then the fellow Crusadiled. One by one, the traveler met them all. Hey, PDF. And yeah, Bobby Vita, the Wanderer's Troop again. I think I have the Wanderer's Troop, Wanderer's Troop artifacts. Yeah, PDF, today is lore day. Fridays I read the lore of Genshin or whatever main game I'm playing. Also, just so everyone knows, the stream is about 1 minute and 30 seconds late. Alright, where was I? In the Joyous Tavern, the lyrist introduced a maiden he had met by chance to his comrade amidst the singing and dancing. The drunken traveler strummed the strings and sang in a loud voice. With them by his side, he would never have to travel alone again. Perhaps it would be all right to walk with them until journey's end. The Sundial. The traveler pursued both fate and the inexplorable passage of time. The troop that resisted the aristocracy and their end could be seen in eternal flow of time. In the course of a long journey, even the well-made watch might cease to work. The only unfailing marker of time was the passage of the sun and moon. So chase the formless time, the traveler could only pursue light itself. The great halls of nobility and the rebellious troop with no room to lay their hands, both were turned just by the flow of time, and both, like the fleeting of dreams, raced towards the same destruction. Under the moonless night sky, the dark shadows drew upon the outlander's tired face. The songs are like spent arrows, few to the choir and curtain calls. Shall I ever see your smile anew, with the tower in the city square falls? Feather of Homecoming. Hope was ripe to share with the ruthless might, and promises of a reunion disappeared like fleeting shadows. The wandering traveler had once again lost a place to call home. Condensing evil stole his love's joy, and the endless conflict ground down his irrelevant soul. Those gentle, playful rhythms of revelry now turned sharp and icy clangs. For his comrades, for his best friends, for the tables around which none would share wine again. For freedom, for life, for revenge against the evil that had taken her smile. Thus resolved, the traveler plucked his last string and fired his last arrow. As he grew accustomed to life in this foreign land, he gazed up upon the azure sky. Ah, so the sky here was the same as back in his homeland. Heart of comradeship. The traveler from a distant land pinned the flower close to his chest. The traveler left a life of great privilege to pursue a wandering, unburdened life. In a foreign land, by a clear lake of sweet waters, he met a frowning maiden. A traveler from afar. Not like it matters. You're a musician? Well then, pray do not insult me with empty praises or song. Just remember me as I am, as one about to offer up as a sacrifice for the festival. The traveler who had abandoned his homeland pinned the flower close to his chest. He wished to remind himself to love no one and become attached to nothing, and yet he would remember this maiden as he promised, and walked into the fire for her sake. What's this? PDF says, so tomorrow reading stream? No, the reading writing stream is on Sunday. Tomorrow, Saturday, is a free-for-all stream where I just play a bunch of different games. Are you super interested in the writing stream? I'm really happy to hear that. But yeah, I'm trying to keep some sort of consistent thing going. Yeah, I would play Terraria. I'd probably play a little bit of Genshin, a little bit of Terraria, probably some Elite Dangerous, which I was playing earlier today. So, you know, just a thought. That is what I'm going to read today. I kind of want to read The Tiny Miracle, but I really don't. My throat hurts really bad today. Which, I'll mute myself and take a drink as I say. I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope you're all doing well. Sorry that was a short lore day. Normally I do read for a lot longer. PDF says, yes, I'm doing well. What about you? I'm doing, outside of my throat really hurting, I'm doing well. I had voice training lessons yesterday, so my voice is kind of worn out more than I thought it would be. Alright, let's see our commissions. Alright, let's hear an argument, I guess. I'll wait until the stream catches up a little bit. The stream is so far behind, guys. Yeah. Right now, I'm already standing and talking to